Hi, Group 2. I'm Kristen, and I am excited to be in this discussion with you about our outlines for this first interaction. And so I've chosen a couple of my reflective questions to share with you. I'm not sure how this is supposed to go, so I'm hoping I'm doing it right, but we'll just learn and grow together, right? So, the first question that I thought I would talk about is about our, well, I'll go ahead and read the question. As mentioned in the text, there is a tremendous need for scholarly family life education to be taken to the masses, especially groups or audiences that are at greatest risk for experiencing family and societal problems. What specific strengths, abilities, and expertise do you have that would enable you to play a role in taking family life education to these underserved groups that often need family life education the most? Well, so when I first read this question, my first thought was, I'm not very unique. I don't consider myself an expert on anything, and I feel like I have average strengths and abilities. But then I started thinking about my life and the experiences and different things that I've gone through, and I realized that I am unique. I come from a family of 10, and I learned a lot about working with family members and how to resolve conflict through real life experience there. And I learned how to feed a lot of people, and I learned how to organize a lot of people. I've had a lot of experiences just from being from a big family that have taught me many, many things about families and about people. I also mentioned in my answer to this question that my parents have been married for 64 years. So I've had a front row seat to a great example of how to work through problems in a marriage and still stay committed to one another. I feel like I've had a very full life, full of experiences, many experiences that have taught me so much. And now here I am at BYU, Idaho, receiving a formal education. And I'm realizing that many of the things that I learned through my experiences have a, are I'm learning about them in formal education too. There's a name for it. It really is a way to do things, how to parent, how to be in a happy marriage, how to understand people, how to work through conflict. Those are things that I've learned by just living. And now I have a formal education, I can put a name on it. Anyway, I started to think about how I'm going to be able to use this, all my experiences, to teach family life education. And I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. I'm not sure of where I want to go with it. And so I started thinking about what's been happening lately. Ever since I've been taking classes, I end up having these experiences where I'm sharing things with people that I never thought I would share, about how to be happy in your marriage or how to work through conflict with someone. Not not in an expertise way, but giving people other ideas, different ways to look at that and to think about that. And these experiences come up just in everyday life, through work, through church, through the different experiences I have with my own family, my extended family, and with my children and their families too. So I feel like that I'm going to, even though I don't know where my path is leading right now, I am sure that I'm going to have many opportunities to share the education that I am receiving. And I hope to do so in a professional way and to be able to share my schooling with others, what I'm learning, my education. So another question I thought I would answer is from week 1. Part of stage 2 program design has to do with consulting the target audience in order to assess their specific and unique needs. And your program goals will be directly related to these needs. Having said this, conducting a thorough assessment is beyond the scope of this family practicum. However, it is an important and needed component to the success of the education you provide for your practicum. What are some simplified ways you could assess and respond to the specific needs of those you will work with for your practicum? Well, this was really an interesting question for me because I really am curious to hear what each of you are doing for your workshops. The workshop that I have in mind that I'm setting up is for military spouses of deployed or deploying military individuals. And so kind of the reason that I went along with that is that my daughter is a military spouse and her husband is deployed currently. And so being able to figure out what the needs of my target audience were wasn't very hard for me because I'm able to observe my own daughter and the problems that she's having with her husband being deployed currently, and also in the past. He's been deployed many times. And so I've had an opportunity to observe them over the course of many years and to see what some of the problems are that they have encountered. With that being said, I felt like I also needed to ask my daughter what she felt like some of the problems were that she has and what some of her specific needs are. And then I took what she said, what I observed, and I compiled a list. And then I evaluated it with her, went back over it with her and said, what do you think? Do I have it? Do I not have it? Do you think that there are other concerns that I'm not thinking of? And what would be most important for military spouses to hear? And double checked with her, reevaluated it. She doesn't live near me, but I do live in a community where there is a lot of military. And so I feel like her situation is unique to military life and not necessarily to the community that she's in. So I really thought about that. Anyway, that's kind of the direction that I have been going. I feel like it is really simplified, asking people that I know, asking my daughter and checking with her. But I also feel like that it's going to help me to be able to, because it's not a unique situation, I think that I'm hoping that I have the right needs of the target audience in mind as I move forward. I'm excited and anxious to hear about what you are doing your workshops on, and to hear from you and to discuss all of it. I'll see you on the discussion board. Bye.